Hoy hoy, and welcome to the post-credit show. I'm your host, Ronnie Williams.
And I'm Serge.
And this week we're talking about everybody's favorite car.
Herbie! No? No Herbie?
Well, Herbie Fully Loaded, Lindsay Lohan's best role to date.
Before it took a skydive or
Yeah.
a nosedive.
And, The Love Bug became a NASCAR driver. It was a great movie. All seriousness, though, we're talking about a different Volkswagen Beetle, Bumblebee, prequel to the Transformers movies, and, pretty fun movies. So if you're joining us for the first time, feel free to give us a comment. And this show's basically for you guys. Anytime you got a question or a comment, give it at us, and you're like, hey, this Transformers movie the best, we'll talk about it, This got shows for you guys. We always start off giving little micro reviews of the movies, and then we dip into a spoiler discussion.
And I want to give a shout out to the A-list
Facebook group?
Yeah, it's your comments are great. I love everybody in there. Like they drop like real comments and real discussions.
Anybody who has an A-list, this show I think would be a good partner with you guys because you guys are the moviegoers. I have A-list as well, and there are weeks where I use all three of my.
Definitely.
Yeah. But we're also having a poll. We're gonna midway through the show, after we had time to think, what movie we should do this next week. There's Escape Room in theaters, and there's also Bird Box with Sandra Bullock and Black Mirror's Bandersnatch, which is like a choose-your-own-adventure movie on Netflix. So any of those three movies you want to discuss, or all three, get at us and be like, hey, I know me and my buddies all loved all the Saw movies. We're all going to see Escape Room. We have to discuss that next Sunday. So let us know. Oh, and joining us is Kaylee on our YouTube chat. She is a Transformers expert.
Oh, we have an expert on.
Yes,
very good.
She is very much an authority. So if you guys have any questions about Transformers, she can answer that. Like I asked her, hey, who were those two bad guys? She goes, please, it's Shatter and Dropkick. Hello.
I saw them do the drop kick.
Did he do a drop kick?
Yeah, he did a drop kick.
Okay. So he lived up to his name.
Yes.
So yeah. We got Rachel joining us, and Kaylee already wants to say what is our favorite moment in the movie. I was going to save that, but definitely helicopter chain.
Oh, no.
Helicopter plus chain equals awesome.
Okay.
Well, I'll get into that more later. And Rachel already is putting a vote for Bird Box.
Okay, Bird Box is winning.
Bird Box has one vote and is taking the lead. Let us know any other movies you guys want to discuss. It's Bird Box, Black Mirror's Bandersnatch, and Escape Room. Let me see. So, quick reviews for the movie. I thought it was a lovely, simple movie. I liked how you can understand the action. Like Transformers gets a little cluttered. This was a little scaled back. I'd say see it before it leaves theaters, especially if you have kids. Great viewing for kids. Take them before it leaves the big screen.
I say see it before Aquaman.
How dare you?
That's my rating.
Well, even I actually saw this movie with Kaylee, showing all my cards, and she was just enthused the whole movie. When the opening credits came on the screen, she's like, "Yes, bro!"
That was me too. Like when I was watching it, and they were what is it, Cybertron?
Okay, yeah, that opening. Let's dive right into that opening. It's like the classic look of all the Transformer toys.
Like, the animation, the whole CGI was amazing.
Right.
I was like, whoa! I was blown out of my seat. I saw it in Dolby Sound.
Oh,
and
you're.
I think this is how I'm gonna see movies from now on, especially like sci-fi movies.
Right. I was in a smaller theater way up north in California visiting family. But yeah, in that small theater, Kaylee was definitely the biggest voice. She was digging it. And I cheered at points as well.
Yeah. Definitely, I like the colors on Optimus.
Oh,
The red color. He looked
yeah.
amazing.
I want more of that Optimus too.
And at one point, I thought Optimus was going to come to save Bumblebee towards the end.
I like that it was Bumblebee's movie.
It was Bumblebee's movie.
You know, like it's like here's 3 bad guys and, you know, here's Bumblebee, you know.
Yeah.
Taking them 2 at a time, and Haley Steinfeld, I thought she delivered as the human.
So I have a question for Kaylee.
Okay. Yes.
So Kaylee, is Bumblebee made out of adamantium?
Oh, yes.
Is he? Because
the same stuff in Wolverine's bones?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because there was like at least 10 instances where I thought he was gonna die.
Yeah.
They had him cornered and they had him down.
So is Bumblebee indestructible? Is that what you're
I
asking?
think he is.
Kaylee says that the cool Optimus we're all digging is Gen 1.
Gen 1.
Yeah, I like that he didn't have a mouth. That was always the weirdest thing from the Bay movies, that he would have a mouth at points and then shield up. So yeah, Kaylee, get back at us. Kaylee wants to explain more. Well, Wolverine, he has unbreakable bones, and so we're saying, is Bumblebee unbreakable? Because it seemed like at points he survived explosions when like the other Transformer didn't.
Yeah, like he was down. He was down a lot of times.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, is he dead?
Is he dead?
Does he have a backup? I mean,
They kill him off in the prequel.
they shocked him. They sliced him. They hit him with his own sword. The guy's indestructible.
Kaylee says kinda. Okay,
Okay.
our expert says yes. That he kinda is indestructible.
Okay.
Oh, I was going through the photos too, and I liked like a Bumblebee was briefly transformed into a Jeep, and then when he transformed in robot form, it was like a very square Jeep front on his front. I'm like, oh, that's kind of a neat detail.
Yeah, it adapts.
Yeah. And I don't know, let's throw this out there too. Which look do you prefer? Do you prefer Camaro Bumblebee or Volkswagen Bug Bumblebee?
Well, back in about, I want to say 2008, they had the Rumblebee.
What's that?
It was a truck.
Oh, okay.
And it was very popular. I saw it out there in North Los Angeles, the San Fernando Valley. A lot of people had the Rumblebee, and you could see the logo exactly on the back, because that's when Transformers were really picking up, you know?
I see. I like the look of the Camaro, you know, I like the look of the old Camaro, not the newer Camaro that eventually Bumblebee turns into in the movie. Like, I like the 80s muscle car Camaro.
Little pointy one?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I like classic cars, so I'd say that for the car form, but when Bumblebee actually transforms, I like the smoothness of the Beetle. You know, the rounded edges. I think it looks neater. Yeah, Rumblebee.
There you go. I'll show the camera. The Rumblebee.
Yep. Looking good.
And I always wanted one of these Rumblebees.
Yeah. Kaylee's saying that in Transformers The Last Night, it hints that Bumblebee is indestructible.
Well, okay.
Yeah, and also we're talking all Transformers movies. I think I've only missed one, the very middle one of the original 5, Dark of the Moon. because they couldn't get rights to Dark Side of the Moon.
Oh my god.
But yeah, little comments like that. Also, for those of you who've seen the movie, I'm going to throw something at you. You know Haley Steinfeld's mom in the Bumblebee movie?
Uh-huh.
She does the voice of Bobby Hill in King of the Hill.
That's her?
Yeah.
Well, that's a shocker.
Right, yeah. What are you talking about? That boy, right. No. But yeah, I always find it funny when they cross voices, like a guy will do a girl's voice and a girl will do a guy's voice. And so, yeah, she did Bobby Hill's voice for like 11 years or something.
Yeah. I like that lady. She's like super soft. I mean, I would have gone completely crazy if they destroyed my house.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And she's like, what is wrong with you? Like, really soft lady. I'm like, what?
Right.
What?
Maybe that's her nurse stuff. You know, it's like, you know, our 80s living room has been destroyed. What have you done?
She's like, what is wrong with the girl?
Right.
I would have said it was a burglar or a catastrophe or something, but
yeah. Gwen is weighing in saying, I like the first Transformers movie so far the best. Do you think Bumblebee is better than the first Transforming movie?
the first, yep.
I like Bumblebee's action. I wish there was a little more. And so I have to give the edge to the original Transformers movie with Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox.
Okay.
There was just something magical about that first movie.
This movie, I think, was more like a lost episode. That's what I see it, or a special, you know.
Okay.
It doesn't really go into the old format. It's kind of moving away from
it's its own thing, and I've seen some critics saying this is how Transformers should move forward. Is this kind of tone and what have you?
It's a different time from what it was originally.
Right.
I think it was supposed to be a very sci-fi action movie, you know.
Right.
And this is a Christmas movie too. If you want.
Is it?
Well, I mean, it's a Christmas time movie because it's a more friendly kind of.
Right. Yeah. I'd say it's like a children's movie. Like it totally reminded me of E.T. Like, you know, young kid meets something from out of this world, befriends it, has to keep it away from the government.
Yeah.
I mean, and I wasn't terribly surprised, but Steven Spielberg was one of the executive producers.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, I wonder if a lot of kids have seen E.T.
Probably not. This is our generation kind of.
Right. So if you're younger than a millennial, you know, this is your E.T. I mean, I don't know. I'd love to debate which is better, E.T. or this.
The gas can.
Oh, yes. Okay.
It's to fuel Bumblebee.
Yeah. I brought that up, and Kaylee, you know, after the movie is like, no, they don't need gas.
They don't. They need electricity.
Right. Yeah. But don't they need a supply of Energon as well?
I think they're closer to a Tesla, you know.
Tesla. Oh, and yeah, you dig in. Yeah, this was a Christmas gift. Very cool Christmas gift. Was not expecting. But yeah, I feel like Regis and Kelly Lee. They're still on air, right?
Energon. So Kaylee says Energon.
Okay, they are fueled by Energon. Well, we didn't have any Energon handy, so
I left my Energon at home.
yeah, my other pants.
Sorry, Kaylee.
Yes.
We let you down.
Is Energon safe for human consumption, Kaylee?
Whoa.
Like, what would happen if a human tried to harness Energon?
Iron Man, right?
See that? Yeah. Kaylee says blue fuel.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's funny. The most Transformers show I watched was Beast Wars.
Beast Wars. Oh my God.
Yeah, and Energon in that show was always like crystals, and like if they got a big deposit of it, they could win the war or what have you. Like the guy who turned into a pterodactyl, he would like go between these pillars and get like supercharged with Energon, and could take out anybody, and then wanted to take over the Decepticons because he was so powerful.
You mean the 3D show?
Yes,
Yeah,
the old school 3D animation.
yeah, I've
Beast
seen a
Wars.
few. I used to see it too.
Dinobot was the best in that. And let's throw it out there. What's your favorite Transformer? Definitely because of that show, I like Dinobot. Like Dinobot was like the Vegeta of Beast Wars. You know, if you're familiar with Dragon Ball Z, you know, he's like a rival, you know, he's sneaky. Oh, so Kayla says you have to melt down the Energon crystals to make Energon usable.
Okay.
That's good to know.
I like this one, the Snow Cat.
The Snow Cat Transformers.
Is that what his name is? Or is it
Like,
I can't remember, but I remember this guy.
yeah, the white tiger.
The Takara, is that what his name is? Kaylee? Correct me. What's
Yes.
his name?
What's the white tiger's name in Beast Wars? Kaylee's favorites are Optimus for number 1 and Bumblebee for number 2. Optimus, always a solid choice. I didn't really care for him in Beast Wars too much. The gorilla never seemed so cool to me. Rhinox was always cool. I had a Rhinox toy as a kid. I was disappointed that he didn't come with 2 buzzsaw guns. It only came with 1.
I guess his name is Tigatron.
Oh, Tigatron. Yeah, I remember him. And he was like all noble and flirting with one chick. And
He's annoying.
yeah. Like, it's funny how they added characters to Beast Wars. Like, some of them always stayed in the wilderness. Like, Decepticons, they always got new guys and they stuck around quite a bit. But it seemed like whenever the good guy's side got a guy, like, he was always in the periphery or something. I don't know. I haven't seen that show in a while. Gwen says Bumblebee's her favorite. And
Tiger Hawk.
yeah.
Is that the name? I really don't remember.
No, Tiger Hawk was the half, like, I don't know. Tigatron, I think, is the one for the Beast Wars.
Oh, okay.
There's so many animal versions of these toys. Oh, and I want to say, if you haven't seen the Toys That Made Us on Netflix, totally go out and watch it. Like, they have an episode on Transformers toys. And so that's how I really enjoyed the opening scene of the new movie, Bumblebee, because, like, you saw Shockwave and Soundwave. Like, one totally was a tape deck that turned into, like, you know, like a wolf robot.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know the references. I was just enjoying the whole thing.
Right. The 80s look, astounding. Yeah. I totally recommend you watching The Toys That Made Us on Netflix.
Okay.
That whole series, brilliant. I hope they make more. But yep, so it looks like we got quite a few people here. So we're opening it up for what next week's topic should be. We got Bird Box on Netflix starring Sandra Bullock. It's a bit of a thriller. We got Black Mirror's Bandersnatch, which is like a choose-your-own-adventure. I think that'd be fun because I could discuss my choose-your-own Goosebumps books I read as a kid. And then also escape rooms in theaters. So if you and your buddies like seen every Saw movie and will join us, you know, grab those people and join us for a big horror movie or torture porn discussion, let us know.
Okay. You said it's like Goosebumps? Is that what did you say?
Huh?
The Goosebumps? Is that what you said?
Choose your own Goosebumps books.
Right. That's exactly what I was thinking too, where
Yeah.
it says you would read a page and it would say go to the third page or
Yeah.
go to the back. And
Yeah.
and that's how the story went by.
Yeah.
That is exactly what I was thinking too. Like this is how it related to this TV show.
Yeah.
It felt more like a video game, right?
Yeah, I think because it's on a screen, it's going to feel more like a video game. In fact, the storyline of Bandersnatch is they're adapting a fantasy novel into a video game, and it's like driving the guy crazy or something.
Yeah.
And like you choose different ways, and you get different endings.
Right.
So the movie we see might not be the movie you guys see. So I think that'd open up for a good discussion. Plus, I think there might be a hidden ending in that because Netflix, when it was all mostly on computer screens, I found hidden stuff, you know, just in one area. But I found hidden stuff on the Netflix one. Like, it took me to an episode because I clicked on a letter of BoJack Horseman. Because in one of the episodes, Hollywood loses its D. Mm-hmm. And so I found that D, clicked on the D, and it took me to that episode. Oh. So I'm wondering maybe there is some hidden paths. But I don't know if that's their style. So Kaylee says the voices of Soundwave and Shockwave are the same as the first Gen 1 series. I looked it up in IMDb, and I think it's the guy John Bailey who did the voice of Shockwave and Soundwave, though. Like, John Bailey, he does a lot of Transformers voice. He also does movie trailers. I actually follow him on Twitter. He's a lovely guy. But yeah, he has a very deep voice, like, in a world. Like, so shout out to John Bailey.
Okay.
But yeah, some favorite moments from any Transformers movie. I hinted at before. Bumblebee, he's fighting these two Transformers that can transform into two different things. One is a jet and a muscle car. Another one is a helicopter and a muscle car. And I liked it when he fought the helicopter muscle car drop kick. He throws a chain at him. And he pulls it. Yeah, it gets all tangled up in the gears, you know, because he transforms back into a robot. And the guy's like, you think you can contain me? And Bumblebee's like, nope. And just pulls it and he completely shatters him. Jeez. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool. That's like the best. That might be the best death in a Transformers movie.
Yep, it was very epic.
Yeah, that's definitely the best death in a Transformers movie. Except for maybe the first animated one. When it made you cry. Kaylee says...
Kaylee said
since this movie was from the past, the Decepticons still evaded Earth. Why keep continuing? Huh.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because Megatron apparently was buried in ice before this movie. Right?
I'm not sure.
Because Megatron wasn't on Cybertron when they were fleeing at the beginning of this movie. I think, if they're sticking to the original movies, he had been buried, encased in ice by Shia LaBeouf's great-great-granddad to discover and get the glasses thing on his eye.
I don't know. I am not aware.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair question. Yeah, it's weird Decepticons, what they want and don't want. Because it seems like in this version, the Autobots are like the rebellion.
Yeah, the rebellion.
Yeah, and the Decepticons are the status quo. Like they're
the main ones.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting. I've always, from at least Beast Wars, I always thought that the Autobots were the good guys, the people wanting peace and were running the government. The Decepticons overthrew them.
But in this one, yeah, because they kept calling Bumblebee the traitor.
Right.
So they called him for treason so many times during the movie.
Yeah, so that's interesting. What'd you think of our human characters? We got John Cena. I really enjoyed John Cena in Blockers, if you've seen that.
No, I haven't seen that.
Me and Brandon saw it, and we had a hoot and a half. Rooster symbol Blockers. Yeah, good comedy, solid performance, and I think it was weird having him used in this movie. Like, for some reason, Transformers and most kids' movies with like an alien element have to have the government, thrown in there, I think maybe that's what people expect from Transformers. It's a way to add more action without, bot-on-bot battles.
It gives a little bit more conflict, yeah.
Yeah, okay. But I guess John Cena was fine in that role. I thought Haley Steinfeld, though, completely knocked it out of the park. Like, I found the subplot of her not being able to dive a little odd, to say the least.
Who?
Haley Steinfeld, the main girl, she had a problem not being able to dive. Apparently, she was on the dive team at one point. Her dad dies. She can't dive anymore.
I saw her dive.
Yeah, she dived at the
dive.
end. Yeah, she overcame her fear, character arc, screenwriting 101. But, I was totally hoping, though, like, maybe I watched too many horror movies, but there's one part where the mean girls are making fun of Haley Steinfeld, and one's leaning in the Bumblebee's car with the window down. I wanted Bumblebee to, like, raise the window up quick and, like, break her wrist or something.
I felt the acting was kind of bad in that scene. But you know what? Like, the whole movie, it's kind of like people are, like, more... I don't know what the word is, but they're, like, more, like, understanding or something.
Right. Well, someone wouldn't jump off a cliff into the water, It's whatever. Yeah, the teen stuff, just kind of whatever. It's in there. And it's in the first movie, too, that they're trying to impress the cool kids or what have you.
Yeah.
But Haley Steinfeld, it was more about her relationship to Bumblebee, which I liked. Her sidekick Memo barely does anything in the movie. In fact, they kind of get rid of him at the end. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and she works at Hot Dog on a Stick.
Hot Dog on a Stick. That was funny.
I love that place.
I've never been.
I love it. It's out here in the malls in Los Angeles, and I love it. They dip your hot dog in batter and they put it in oil right there on the spot.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Kaylee's best moment for her is Transformers Last Night. Optimus slashes Megatron's arm and kicks him out of the ship.
Wow.
Yeah. I always liked those blades that came out of Optimus. Like, I really like in the one where Optimus dies, I think the second one, where he's in the forest fighting a bunch of Decepticons and he's just slashing like crazy. I like that in the environment. You can understand what's going on. And he loses that fight. He actually dies at the end of that one. But yeah. Optimus slicing and dicing, always cool. It was interesting they gave Bumblebee like a box cutter.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. It looked like a razor blade or something.
Yeah, it's a utility knife. It's like, can't give him a glowing hot iron one.
He's already indestructible. What more do you want?
Right.
Roddy?
Well, apparently that knife wasn't. That got taken out so many times. And he did go into like a Transformer coma, much like Optimus does, and it takes an inventor to, bring him back. I like that it's been established in the Transformer universe, if you fix the car element of a Transformer, the bot element will come back.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, yeah, the first Mark Wahlberg one, he finds a semi truck in a theater, and he's fixing it, and then it brings back Optimus.
That's right.
And that's the same thing that happens with Bumblebee. He fixes the car part, and Bumblebee comes back.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wonder how the components look in there.
A question for us, Ronnie. Why did Bumblebee turn red eyes? That's like an Iron Giant moment. I think it was like, since his memories hadn't fully loaded yet, like he was in default like Transformer mode. He was just seeing hostiles.
He was in safety mode.
Yeah, maybe that was it. Yeah. Just a different mode where it was his more destructive side.
Or maybe it was the devil within.
Right. And it was Haley Steinfeld that used the power of love to bring him back.
Much like that movie Dinosaurs, where he hugs the dinosaur.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
I can't recall Dinosaurs. But yeah, it's a very kids movie note. Iron Giant does the exact same thing. Iron Giant is like a killing machine, but he forgot because he has a dent in his head. And then when his favorite kid dies, Hogarth dies, he goes crazy and wants to blow up the earth. He goes back to his default setting of destruction,
Okay.
And maybe if the Autobots are the rebels, maybe their core programming is to be destructive like a Decepticon. It's only with their experiences that they're better bots.
They become more wise and more
Right.
understanding.
The part where Optimus is like, don't be Red Eyes, be good, hadn't loaded yet.
Yep.
Oh, very excellent question, Kaylee. Thank you for that one. But yeah, we're keeping these episodes tight. Any last questions? Any last votes? We need votes for what movies you guys want to watch. My personal vote would be for Bandersnatch. I think that'd be interesting. Also, if you guys want to do like a group watching sometime this week, I think Gwen said she wanted to watch with me and make choices, debate where we should go with the episode. I'd welcome to actually in physical person do that with you, Serge.
Okay.
That'd be fun. But yeah, Escape Room, Bandersnatch, Bird Box. We could do both Netflix movies. That'd be easy. And you guys could just watch, in your leisure and, get at us. So far, our vote is 1-1, Bird Box and Bandersnatch.
I think Bird Box has a lot of votes already.
Oh,
no?
Okay.
Okay, I think it has one or two.
Okay, well, Kaylee says Autobots are different from Decepticons because of destructive behavior and choices they make. Yeah. Okay, so our expert says I was pretty close.
A dictatorship.
Yeah.
From Megatron.
It'd be interesting to know if there were more factions. Like, why is there only 2?
Is there any comics on Transformers?
Oh, there's tons of comics.
Oh.
Like, yeah, I think before the TV show, there was comics.
Okay.
I think the Toys That Made Us go into that. But it's funny how Transformers became a thing because it was 2 different toy companies, and they're like, okay, the ones that are cars that turn into robots, we'll just make those the Autobots, and the ones that are the gun that turns into a robot, those will be the Decepticons. That's why Shockwave is a tape player. So, but yeah, and they just made up, okay, here's the bad guys, here's the good guys, and they created a whole mythos behind it, combining 2 different toy brands.
Okay.
And it just grew from there. Rachel and Gwen both say Bird Box. Okay, we'll make that #1 movie next week. What do you think? And then Bandersnatch as the topic afterwards.
Okay.
We'll just have a Netflix marathon next week. But yeah, if you guys are watching Bandersnatch, keep track of what choices you make. So better discussion.
Okay, we'll try to draw an ancestor tree where everybody divided up.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay.
Yeah, we could do that. So yeah, next week we're doing a Netflix special, and if there's movies coming out that you guys are completely blown away by, I know everybody's gonna see Captain Marvel when it comes out, but oh man, there's one weekend where there's 3 movies that I totally would want to see. We might just have to spread it out, but it's Alita: Battle Angel, Happy Death Day to You, which is the sequel to Happy Death Day, and I forget what the third one is, but we might have to spread that one out. And also we're gonna do an Oscars wrap-up episode for some of the more serious movies we didn't get into as much, like The Favorite or Mary Queen of Scots.
I saw Mary Queen of Scots.
You did?
No, it's finally moving into theater.
Oh yeah, it is baffling. It's insane how little it's been in theaters. It's taken so long for Mary. I have no idea what's going on with that movie.
And everybody's bashing on the Ferals.
Oh yeah, I read an article that Sherlock and Holmes Netflix didn't want it.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm like,
Rock bottom.
Right. Apparently there was a test audience, and apparently it's a very broad comedy, but you look at their Adam Sandler movies, and I'm like, they do good business on Netflix. At least that's what I've heard, that Ridiculous Six did good business. So, I don't know. Oh, Kaylee's saying we have to do How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. All right, it's on the calendar, officially on the calendar for you, Kaylee. And Escape Room is a horror movie and scary. Yeah, so not our cup of tea. But if anybody who's joining us late or sees this later, comment and say, hey, we love horror movies. You know, we'll do an episode just for you guys. You know,
Escape Room.
Right. But yeah, I think this has been a good overview of Bumblebee. Another solid show.
I'm happy with it.
Yeah, thanks, Serge.
Cool.
Hope you guys didn't get too irked by our Herbie fully loaded jokes at the top.
I mean, I was looking at the comparison. I'm like, a buggy, a girl.
Yeah.
Herbie.
Magical car versus advanced technology car. Wonder how Christine fits in there, the haunted car. That's what they should do, like a Christine that's actually just a very advanced robot. Like, because, you know, self-driving cars right now are big. I think a version of Christine where it's a killer car would be pretty neat.
Twisted Metal.
Oh, don't get me started. I love the Twisted Metal game.
Healy says, also the time in Transformer Bumblebee was 1987.
Oh, yeah, the year I was born. I was thrilled by that. 1987.
Okay.
Yep. So thank you for joining us for another fine episode of Post Credit Show. Get at us. We have all the social medias imaginable. I think we're going to hop over on TikTok as well at Post Credit Show. So thank you for joining us. I've been Ronnie Williams.
And I'm Serge.
And we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.